man is behind bars for allegedly fatally shooting a man last week and robbing a woman early this month in Marshalltown, Iowa. At 4:03 p.m. on Friday the 17th of March, police responded to a residence at 618 West Boone Street after receiving a 911 call saying that someone had been injured and was not breathing. When officers arrived at the home, they found 27-year-old Isaiah Montel Forrest unresponsive from a gunshot wound. He was declared dead at the scene. During the investigation, authorities identified 20-year-old Amarian Demir Issam as the suspect. Police said that the two men were acquaintances, but did not elaborate on how they knew each other. Police have not said whether the armed robbery incident and Isaiah's death are related. That same day, while investigating the murder, a 23-year-old woman told police that she was robbed at gunpoint in Marshalltown on Monday the 6th of March and identified Amarian as the suspect. The robbery occurred in the area of Center Street and Grant Street. On Saturday, Amarian was arrested and charged with first-degree armed robbery. An autopsy was completed and determined that Isaiah's death to be a homicide. On Sunday, Amarian was additionally charged with first-degree murder. He's held at the Marshall County Jail without bond. The victim Isaiah also has a criminal history. He's been involved in several armed robberies in 2017 and served 5 years in prison and was released in September last year. 41-year-old Aurelian Rick Framuso was accused of fatally stabbing a tenant who was renting his late mother's home in Clearwater, Florida. On the night of the 16th of March, Aurelian went to the backyard of his deceased mother's home at 1240 Pine Avenue and began damaging the exterior air conditioning unit, kicking it, and banging on it with a brick. Investigators said that 61-year-old Scott Christie went outside to investigate the commotion when Aurelian entered the residence through an open door. During an ensuing struggle inside the premises between the men, Scott was stabbed. He was transported to the Morton Plain Hospital, where he died. Police said that the Christie family rents the home, and the property's been in probate, and there's an ongoing civil litigation between the Christie family and the children of the owner. Aurelian was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. He's held at the Pinellas County Jail without bond. The investigation into the matter continues. A man is behind bars for allegedly killing a 66-year-old man early this month. Authorities said that on Sunday the 12th of March, 56-year-old Jerry Crutcher fired an arrow at Charlie Williams in the victim's apartment at the Sparish Willows apartment complex, located at 7515 Gaya Springs Road in Little Rock, Arkansas. At around 4:40 a.m., police found Charlie deceased with an arrow sticking out of his chest. During the investigation, police found a second victim with an arrow wound. On Friday the 17th of March, Jerry was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and second-degree battery. He's held at the Pulaski County Jail on a $500,000 cash bond. The motive in the attacks is unclear, as the investigation into the matter continues. Authorities in Rio Oso, California are investigating after 2 bodies were discovered in Sutter County. At 4:07 p.m. on Friday the 17th of February, deputies responded to the area of Kempton Road, near Brewer Road, after a local farmer discovered the bodies of a man and a woman. When deputies arrived at the scene, they found a deceased woman inside a blue Ford Explorer and the lifeless body of a man outside on the dirt road approximately 50 yards away, both with gunshot wounds. The victims have been identified as Vicky Care Villefone and Derek James Engelman, both 40 years old. It's unclear what led up to the shooting, and no suspect information has been released. Sutter County Sheriff Brandon Barnes said that this is a tragic event and will work diligently to obtain answers for our community, he said.